Okay, guys, listen up, please. Now, I know you all miss Conan. I miss him as well, believe me. But we've got to understand that Ong is gone and he's not coming back. Now, we were never a one-man team, so I need you all to get out there and show everybody that we don't need Ong to score goals, okay? Wait, go call Leipzig, see if they're loaning back to us. We need Ong to score goals. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It's Season 9, Episode 5 today, and we have two very big games in our season. We host Celtic in the league, and then we host Slavia Prague in the Champions League, and that is a game, if we have any hopes of staying in Europe after Christmas, we absolutely 100% need to win. Now, I thought we would start by having a quick look at the club dynamics. Generally speaking, everything is good. Well, actually, everything is very good. We do have one unhappy player in Duque. Now, Duque, as we know, is a player that I like. I think we all like him, but we've not been playing very well with wingers lately. So my plan is to try and keep him happy if I can. There is a little bit of interest in him there from Hoffenheim, and if he becomes a problem, then so be it. We probably look to sell him, but ideally we'll keep him happy, and at some point surely wingers will come back into fashion for us, and we can go back and use that. But in terms of the rest of everything here, the hierarchy, we've got a good looking pyramid there, mostly support, no one opposing us, which is obviously good. So that is that. And the social groups, more or less, we're coming together. A few new signings obviously haven't quite found their place in the dressing room yet, but I have no doubt that that will come with time, and yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. If we have two groups, that's okay. Ideally, we will have no more than that, though, in the time to come. Now, we have two games to catch you up on since last episode, one in the league and a Betfred quarter-final. The first one was in the league against Dundee United, so let's see how that went. Johnny Angus got the only goal. I mean, this game was outrageous. 31 shots on goal. We had 11 on target, and we only won it by a penalty. So it's not the greatest advert for our finishing, but we got the result. They didn't have anything, not even a shot at goal, never mind a shot on goal. So yeah, the most comfortable 1-0 win you will ever see, albeit it could easily have been 0-0 because, yeah, finishing was just not there for us. The other game, as I said, was the quarterfinal of the Betfred Cup. That was against Hibs. Let's see if we got through to the semis. Daryl Nicholson put us ahead early. Santos played in Eddie Johnson to make it 2-0. Before Duque found Johnson for our third. And then Johnson completed a 7-minute hat-trick. Hibs pulled one back before half-time. Before Diaz's block shot was finished by Duque for our fifth. So we absolutely destroyed them, and wingers came back into fashion in a very real way in this one. Johnson with a first half hat-trick. We ended up taking you off at half-time to give Diaz a game. He got an assist, albeit it wasn't maybe one that he meant. He was almost certainly he was trying to score, wasn't he? So, but he got something for it. And yeah, we've got Hearts in the semi-final, so we get to go and take on the other side of Edinburgh. But yeah, we really did, particularly second half. It was actually quite even, our first half. I mean, even shots on target was quite even, but you can see from the XG and XG tracker, penalty in there obviously inflates it, but there was only ever one winner in this one, and that thankfully was us. So a quick look at what this all means, and you can see we are joint top with Rangers. Celtic are there. There's 2 points between first and fifth. So it's very much all to play for, and only 2 goals in the goal difference between ourselves and the old firm. So it's very, very interesting, and hopefully we'll get the result at home to Celtic. We probably do need it, don't we? Especially being at home. And then it is us versus Slavia Prague in Europe. Again, it's the home game, and again, it's one that we definitely need to win. And you can see in the Betfred Cup semi-final there, it's Old Firm Derby in the other semi-final. But let's have a look at what we're doing here against Celtic. We are expecting a more defensively minded 4-3-3 from them. And we are sending out a relatively strong side, I would say. So it's Bursic in goal, it's Varela, it is Walker, Bernard, and Ianu as the back four. Bruno, it's Rezaev and Almarez in midfield. Bermudez in behind, Angus and Johnson up top. We've got both the new boys on the bench. We'll kind of see how we get on with them. But I think we need tried and tested strikers up top for this one against Celtic. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. A bit of a story on Ali Spence. He was a very good player. He was signed from Hibs this summer, and I really was trying to get him in as a replacement for Ong. Unfortunately, I found him a little bit too late, and I hadn't fully scouted him. And what do you want to say? Put on a show. I can get on board with that. Yeah, so he hadn't been fully scouted. I didn't want to spend, I forget how much he went for. It was over 10 million anyway. Yes, I didn't want to spend the 10 million on someone I didn't know exactly what we were getting. And by the time we had him scouted, unfortunately, Celtic had already got the signing done. So, bit of a what-if story there, particularly as a Scottish-trained player would have been useful. But, well, we'll stick with what we've got in Diaz and Celino. And hopefully they'll come good for us at some point. Although Celino scored, he scored from his only start. So, the plan is to give him at the start against Slavia. Whether we go with wingers or we go in this formation, I haven't completely decided yet. We'll have to have a look exactly what we're expecting from them, and then we'll make a decision from there. But the game against Hibs, we really did look good, and the Hibs side isn't terrible. So, all right, here we go with the highlight. Varela and Alvarez exchanging passes. Cross there for Bernard to Bruno. Bruno gets it wide for Ianu. Ianu, early ball for Eddie Johnson. This is what he does. Eddie Johnson, he's in. Eddie Johnson, he had to just sort of slide and try and poke it past the goalkeeper. Couldn't quite get it done, but we've picked it up again with Bruno winning possession. Back to Razaev, to Alvarez. Alvarez looking for and finding Ianu in loads of space. There's the cross. Oh, Angus can't. He doesn't even challenge. And it's hacked clear for Ali Spence, who's almost certainly going to score against us today. Can Varela get a foot in there? Celtic have signed a few decent players. That's Kerr Smith. I think he starts at Dundee United, but he went to Manchester City in game, and we've just not been able to afford him since. Interesting, they're playing him at right back, but I guess if you've got Carter Vickers and Reece Oxford in the middle, that's probably where you need to play him, isn't it? But so far, so good in terms of not conceding. And let's see if we can go and maybe cause them a problem at the other end here. Oh, we've got a corner to defend. Oh, it's not the best defending of the corner we'll ever see. We'll encourage them. And we've got that might be the goal kick from the corner even. Walker gets it wide there for Varela. Varela down the line looking for Eddie Johnson. This is what he does. Can he score? Second time of asking. Eddie Johnson, 8th goal of the season. He is, I mean, I think I've signed about 3 or 4 players that are supposed to come in and sort of take his spot in the team. Did we sign him before or after Johnny Angus? Maybe about the same time. But for someone that Rangers didn't want, he is very good in front of goal. And maybe he was the replacement for Connor Ong all along. You know, maybe we didn't actually need to... Well, we did, because for depth we needed to sign somebody else, but maybe I just need to have a little bit more faith in Eddie Johnson. Every time I say his name, I always think of the American striker, Eddie Johnson. I think he was in the Premier League for a bit. He might have even gone... And I'm thinking of... He's going through again. Oh, this time to save. Was he at Fulham? He was at somewhere like that, and I'm getting him... In my head, I'm getting him confused with... the guy that was at Sunderland was terrible. Altidore. Jose Altidore. So, but yeah, Eddie Johnson was decent. Certainly at MLS level anyway. He scored a few goals for him internationally as well, I think, didn't he? Or am I again thinking of Jose Altidore? Bermudez. Twisting and turning. There's a ball for Alvarez getting forward. Oh, what a finish from Alexi Alvarez. He stuck a foot out of it and absolutely roofed it into the net, and it's 2-0. And Celtic are not enjoying their trip to Dumfries this afternoon. Wonderful, wonderful finish. I'm not sure how he's managed to keep that down. It looked for all money like there was no chance, and somehow he stuck it into the roof of the net. And it is 2-0. Very, very nicely done indeed. Let's maybe stop attacking them now. We'll just be positive. And, well, if we defend properly, or something resembling properly, we'll have ourselves a nice little lead at the top of the table. Now, we have the early kickoff, whether 12 o'clock kickoff or 12:30 kickoff. So Rangers and co won't be playing till after this game is finished, obviously. So it will, even if it's just for a couple of hours. put us 3 points clear at the top. Come on, Bermudez. We're putting decent pressure on them here. But are they going to be able to just find the pass that picks us apart here? Or can we win the ball back? We can win it back with Razayev. There's a ball for Eddie Johnson again. Eddie Johnson, he cuts in. He's got space through the middle. Oh, this is wonderful. If Almarez can score it, it was goal of the season contender. But the goalkeeper pulls off a decent save, and Almarez instead will take a corner. Walker's at the near post. We go back post. It's headed away by Reece Oxford, I think it was. And we'll get a throw in as we approach half-time. I think we'll take 2-0, won't we? If that's what it's going to be, that's absolutely fine. Let's give them a focus coming into the break. And very, very nicely done indeed. Bernard and Ianu not having great games. We will tell them, of course, to not get complacent. Johnny Angus is looking demotivated. Just tell him he's rubbish. That motivates him. Bernard and Ianu. You've not been good enough either, but everybody else, not too bad. So we'll give them all a little bit of praise. We've got Nicholson on the bench. Ianu's just gone off the boil a little bit. I think he's actually tired as well. He's been playing quite a bit. Mainly because I haven't played... I don't know why. I haven't played Anton in... Well, since last episode, I don't think. Not because I think he's bad or I'm going to drop him. I gave Gilchrist the game. He got injured. And then I didn't want to play Ayrton in this one or the previous game because I wanted to. Also, previous game anyway. I didn't want to play Ayrton because I want to keep him fresh for Europe. Ianu at the back post does just enough. Let's try demand more. Let's put a little bit of pressure on them, which wasn't really what I was trying to do. Are we confident enough to give Diaz some game time off the bench here? I don't know that we are. Angus is not having the greatest game of his career. And maybe if we keep him fresh for Europe as an option, that might not be a bad thing. Here we go with Razayev. Spreads it. I really like Razayev. Really, oh, Ianu, that was terrible, man. Come on. And what we don't want to do, of course, is go back to 2-1 because that starts to get a little bit nervy then with still 25 or so minutes. Ianu's done brilliantly there. That's more like it, mate. Bernard to Bruno. Bruno just spinning in the spot. Bruno again to Angus. Razayev, go on, mate. Excellent pass. Every now and again, you have that sort of player that is better than his attributes, or maybe I'm not giving him credit for his attributes. But I just really like him. I don't know how he comes across on the YouTube. And there we go. Eddie Johnson gets his 9th of the season. That's 3-0. I think that'll do it for Angus, and we will get Diaz on as we try to integrate him into the side. But he's not a complete forward. He doesn't have the jumping reach. But yeah, let me know how Razayev comes across to you guys as you're watching. Does he come across as just a... I'm thinking of when we had Leighton... Is it Leighton his name? The guy at Sheffield Wednesday anyway. That was really good. And just sort of fit into the way I wanted to play. And I get the exact same vibes from Razayev. Bruno, forward there for Diaz. He looked better. As good as he's looked against Hibs. So let's see if he can carry that form on here. Johnson is looking... Well, he's looking like Conan Ong, really, isn't he? And Bermudez! And it's another good save from the Celtic goalkeeper, who's probably close to man of the match, really, isn't he? Almarez with the corner. Ball in. It's into the middle, but it's headed away. And that will end the highlight. Bernard not playing well, so we'll bring on Nicholson for him. Nicholson is a player that we signed for £1 million. And he needs to play if he's going to sort of fulfill the potential that is there still. But obviously, the older he gets, the more difficult it's going to be for him to actually go and then fulfill that potential. We've got, 4 minutes to play plus stoppages, a little bit less than that. You'd be annoyed if we didn't take the 3 points here, but let's see if we can get a 4th goal, perhaps. Walker on the ball. Walker. Oh, it's a good save from Burstik. I had Lukaku flashbacks from last episode there. Can we defend properly from the corner? Varela goes back, heads it clear. Another ball in. That was a good cross, wasn't it? Diaz, he doesn't jump, so he doesn't win the header. Alvarez does okay. We're doing a decent job scrambling. It's Nicholson with a header down. Bruno clears it away. And in the end, we've done a decent enough job there. But with the time clicking down, it is a 3-0 win over Celtic. That is very, very nice indeed. And that is the sort of performance we wanted to help us get past the fact that we no longer have Conan Ong. So very nicely done, boys. So Johnson sends Queen of the South top. It's a humbling defeat for Celtic. Another 2 goals. So he's got 5 goals in... well, he only played half a game against Hibs. So he's got 5 goals in a game and a half. So he's doing very, very nicely indeed. Gattuso, the Brentford boss, is looking at Bermudez. He's not going anywhere. But guys, wait right there. We're going to hopefully get a win in Europe. It's Slavia Prague. And, well, as I said at the top, it's a game that we absolutely have to win. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to this game, the under-18s have beaten Slavia Prague's under-19s in the Youth Champions League, so that's good. Gives them a little bit of a chance. You can see Olmark was the man of the match going down there and playing. He's just a little bit injury-prone because he came through at the same time, of course, as Gary Turpie. Same position, same potential ratings and all that kind of stuff. Injuries are just really, really hampering him, and I'm struggling to get him out on loan as well, so... yeah, well, it is what it is, but we'll see what happens. Turpie, of course, also played in this game as well. So they're both there, and they're both doing very, very well, as did, well, our young goalkeeper could probably go back now, but he's developing since we've called him in, so to the senior squad. So he might be getting a little bit of mentoring and whatnot, so we'll leave him there and just send him down to play for the under-18s when he needs to. So that is that. Let's hope that we can replicate that right now, because we are hosting Slavia Prague, and we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and against my better judgment, we are going to go with wingers. The reason for that is because we played really, really well against Hibs with wingers. Also, you can see that we've got a lot of heavy match load players that we would need to play with Mazzellas, and so I'm just thinking fresh legs might be the key here. So Bursic goes in goal. Trivusio, Pitaluga, don't give the ball away this time, please, mate. Leshy and Ayrton are the back four. Mashagi and Bayless in midfield. It's McLean, it's Santos, and it's Duque. Santos, I think, has overtaken Bermudez as my first choice number 10, so let's hope he lives up to that. And Solino, he took his goal really, really well against Motherwell. I don't think he's played since, to be honest, but he's fresh. He's fresh, that's for sure. Let's hope he can do that at least once more time. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, there is a few good, I'm assuming at this point, they're regens in Slavia and Sparta Prague, because we've been scouting them. They're not quite at the level that I would like them to be to come in. Do you want to go out there and impress me today? All right, that has been working for us. I'm slightly hesitant because this is Europe and this isn't a domestic game. So hopefully it's going to be fine. But recent form is picking up a little bit. And I think if we can get... this is going up before the last episode, so I'm not sure what sort of fallout I've had from the Conan Ong sale. But, you know, if we can get these new boys settled in, then hopefully we'll come out a better team. And, yeah, maybe the slightly more confident team talks will do as well. But here we go. They're a little bit... well, they're very different to how we were expecting them to play. And I think that actually almost favours the wingers because obviously we'll have the width, whereas they're sort of packing out the middle of the park. So I wonder if playing with Mazzellas previously has just maybe tricked them into that. I don't know if I actually don't know if the game AI kind of takes that into account. But Chelsea already 2-0 up over Inter. Well, suddenly our 2-0 defeat at Stamford Bridge doesn't look so bad, does it? But yeah, you know, maybe we've pulled one over on them here. Let's see if we can go and get a goal now as well. Anton with a throw. It's one back by Slavia. They whack it forward. And, can we go and win that back? Duque has put good pressure on there. And I think in the end, he's actually won it back for us. Pitaluga. Leshy across there for Ayrton. Let's see what he can do. He's got space to run into. He's got McLean with him. McLean back to Ayrton. Mashagi. There's the ball for Celino. Oh, he's offside, is he? Well, again, he's taken it very, very nicely. Let's hope that VAR does us a favour here and gives us that goal, because it's a stunning strike. No, it is offside. Oh, yeah, we've signed Celino basically to be this guy. Just stand up there and take chances. He's just not quite. I think he does actually get himself back on side, but not at the moment the ball was played. So maybe a little bit unlucky there. But yeah, that's exactly the sort of player that I thought I was signing, so that's good. Because that's really what ONG did, wasn't it? He just finished stuff off. He didn't really create that much. And then we've got Diaz in as the sort of, hopefully, will be a more rounded striker that will excuse me, create a little bit more. Leshy gets it wide for Ayrton. We're certainly finding space in wide areas, aren't we? Santos back to Ayrton, to McLean. Can he whip across in now? We've got Duque at the back post. It's in there. It's Ayrton back for Duque, and Duque gets the goal. Rule that one out, ref, you bastard. It is 1-0 on the half-hour mark, and well, Wingers is working here, isn't it? I thought they would come back in. There was no reason why. We've got good players. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. And Celino he did well actually to stay out of the way there. He could easily have found that hitting him on the backside. But we'll give them some praise. We've got a highlight now starting with a goal kick for Slavia. And oh, McLean has won that back very, very nicely indeed. Can we get another goal? It'll be a quick 1-2 punch if we can. McLean, as he stayed on side there, maybe he has this across for Duque, and it's just over. I wonder actually if we just go back to positive. 2-1 now. Inter has pulled one back on Chelsea. I was just thinking too, you know, if Chelsea go and absolutely smack Inter, I wonder what sort of chance we would have against Inter Milan. Because I think we are the sort of side that can spring an upset against a team like Inter. What we would ideally want now, having already lost to Chelsea, is for them to go and do a double over Inter. And then, you know, we find ourselves in a decent position relative to Inter when we go and play them. But, I mean, it still relies on us actually going and beating them, of course, which is a big if. McLean, cross in. It's, just a little bit over Duque, wasn't it? But we still have possession. We still have the pressure on here. Celino to Duque. Oh, and Duque's got a second. And Celino played his part there as well. It's a 5th goal of the season for Duque. It is 2-0. We've got 2 goals in 10 minutes. And are we seeing a little bit of a return to form to what we had in qualifying? Celino did really well, didn't he? Linked up with Duque like they've been playing together all their lives. And not just the last 3 or 4 games. And it is 2-0. More praise coming their way. Cross in. Oh, it's a wicked ball. And McLean picks it up. Ayrton is forward. Ayrton back to McLean. We've got Mashagi coming across. And in the end there, we just kind of tried to force a pass. But Mashagi gets back brilliantly to win possession. Ayrton still forward. McLean. Good ball for Duque. Is Duque going to get a hat-trick? I think he is. It's a hat-trick for Duque. It's 3-0. And, well, that should be the game, shouldn't it? I think it's a hat-trick for Duque, isn't it? Or did Celino get a goal? I'm pretty sure it's a hat-trick for Duque. He's managed to stay on side. This Vitek was playing him on. And we'll see in a second. It is a hat-trick for Duque. Wonderful stuff. And it's 2-2 now. Now, the other option, of course, is that they draw each other twice. But ideally, Chelsea would beat them twice for us. Since, as I said, they've already beaten us. So we want to make sure that we don't let our performance levels drop. We will fist pump and say we've got faith in you. And Pitaluga's looking uninspired. Excellent. I wonder if this is becoming a game for Diaz to try and just continue to integrate him into this team. We'll give it some praise, but the highlights already started as I click that, so hopefully we're not going to concede and then praise them. Leshy with an interesting back header. Can Bayless stop the cross coming in? Oh, it's a good ball, it's a good run, and it's a good save from Bursic as well. Santos isn't having a great game. I wonder if we could play Diaz in that role. It might be something that works okay for him, just to try and take a little bit of pressure off from getting goals as well. Santos with the ball forward there for McLean. Duque getting forward. But there's just signs that we are maybe just taking our foot off the gas here a little bit. Leshy with the ball now. McLean, can he... Oh, it's a free kick. There's probably nothing more than that. And we've got another highlight starting with their goalkeeper, but it's one back by Celino. Ball forward for McLean. Can he pull one back now? Blue shirts pouring forward. Ayrton, it's blocked. Mashagi should pick it up. Ball back in for Ayrton. Can Ayrton pull it back? Ayrton up, and it's Celino with his second. That one's onside, and it is 4-0 now, and this is surely done. Let's get Diaz on for Santos. Good ball forward from Mashagi. Ayrton brings it down nicely. And, well, Celino can't miss that, can he? Even with his 17 finishing. Give them some praise. Is he finishing 17 or 18? 18 finishing, 17 first touch. Here we go now. Diaz, can he prove himself worthwhile? Duque, what a game he's having. Reads it like a book and then loses out. Can Celino win it back? We are putting decent pressure on them. Leshy is... Well, what a strong tackle from him. Diaz now on the ball. Back to Leshy. McLean's got a little bit of space. He goes on a run. Crossfield pass there for Trivulzio. Trivulzio. We'll go with that. Duque now. Trivulzio. I said it different, didn't I? McLean! Oh, it's a good save. And we will have another corner. Pitaluga is there. Leshy is there. Bayless is good in the air. It's Pitaluga and it's over the top. I don't think there's anybody on the bench that we want to play other than Diaz, who's already come on, of course. Like I say with Diaz, I mean, he's more than capable of playing as a number 10. His passing's not brilliant, but there's enough about him. Actually, you know what he might be decent at? It's a shadow striker. Let's try him as that role. See if that works for him. I do think he'll be fine, because we saw Johnny Angus was a little bit slow getting started, and he's absolutely flying now. I think he's going to take a little bit of time to adapt, just because he didn't... Oh, 5-2 now. Well, suddenly our 2-0 defeat at Chelsea does look bad, doesn't it? So if we go off the basis of that, Inter's going to be a very tough game for us. Can you believe 2-0 up away from home and you've lost 5-2? What are you doing, Chelsea? 5-4 now. Could they come back and nick a point? But that doesn't bother us because we have taken all three. 4-0 over Slavia. That's effectively the head-to-head done as well. A hat-trick for Duque, one for Celino, and that is almost perfect, isn't it? So a dominant win for Queen of the South. Money in the bank. Duque on form. And, well, the wingers are back, aren't they? Which is... excellent, because I really wasn't sure what was going on there. But that will just about do it for today. If we look, and Inter did hang on 5-4, an absolute barn burner, that one. So we're in a decent position to get out. We should be fine to get out. If Slavia Prague take a point off Chelsea or Inter, we'd be disappointed, I think, but we've seen teams do that to us before. And Rangers did win, so we are not top of the league, but we've got a 4-point gap. Celtic, well, they're only just in the split right now, so it's an interesting league. Suddenly Rangers and ourselves look a little bit clear, and then there's 2 points between 3rd and 8th. So that looks to be a battle, and then there's going to be 2 or 4, it looks like, or that'll stay, or be in a relegation battle there with the play out as well. But that'll do it for today, as I say. We'll be back next time for Aberdeen away, and then a trip to... No, we'll be hosting Inter, and let's hope they scored all their goals against Chelsea, and they're... fresh out when they face us. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.